the Triad. My name is Donalda James, and I am filling in for the beautiful Tamia McCray. I'll be your host today, along with, we got VC,
what's up?
who is actually the co-host. And we have also in the building, we have Ms. Zio LaFleur and Ms. Belinda Ashbury. Now, we want to make sure that you understand that this is an interactive show. So what we want you to do is if you have a question, make sure you type it in. Send us an email. You can send us an email to trendinginthetriad@gmail.com. We'll go ahead and take those emails. We want to hear from you. We want to keep it interactive. So are y'all ready to get into it? You ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's been going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Good. Great.
Still recouping from that beating.
What beating?
Yes.
What
Yeah.
beating?
Oh, you missed it?
You upset?
I ain't upset. I am not upset
Cavs
at all.
lost. We already know that. Didn't even make the game 7. KD, Curry,
But we knew that.
Green.
We knew that. We said that.
I didn't think it was gonna be a full sweep. I knew LeBron was gonna at least pull out one, but it is what it is, man. I rock with LeBron, but the Cavs, man. They wasn't ready. They never could catch up. So
Well,
you see.
it looks like it was a killer game anyway, but LeBron lost his hairline in that game, so it's all
He got that money too, man. He need to, he get that lined up, man.
I think Golden State, they just wanted it more.
You did.
They played like they wanted it more.
Right.
Durant wanted it more.
Right.
AKA spaghetti.
Right.
So they just wanted it.
Wait, did you say spaghetti?
Yes, that's what I call it.
What? Help me understand why you call him spaghetti.
Okay, so I personally do not care for Kevin Durant, and it's because
We can see that.
before, like when he was on the team, like he be playing, he be all over the basketball court. His arms be all spread out, his legs. So I call him spaghetti because he be everywhere.
Shady.
Good. That's hustle. That's hustle.
Spaghetti.
I heard somebody say that's called defense.
That's hustle, man.
Okay, that's fine.
It's like dousing off a Street Fighter.
Right.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and start rolling into our next topic. We got that with Ms. Zio LaFleur. Zio, what's going on in pop culture right now?
All right, so I know you guys have heard about the Amber Rose challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard of
I
that.
actually
You haven't heard
Not
of
in
it? You
detail.
haven't seen it?
Not in
Okay,
detail.
well, that's fine. So Amber Rose uploaded a picture to her Twitter and her Instagram and captioned it, "Bring back the Bush." Okay? So,
George
pretty much.
Bush?
Nah.
What
the
Bush?
Bush.
No, all of her bush.
the bush.
Oh,
The bush.
Bush.
Yeah.
Okay? So she brought that in.
Public ass.
Pubic.
Public
Did you say
ass.
public?
He said
Oh,
public.
okay,
He
that's
did.
what
He
I
did.
Alright, that's a good one. So yeah, she posted a picture, and when you think of Amber Rose, you think of, femininity, slut walk,
Right.
bald-headed muffle.
Right.
All of
everywhere.
that.
Brazilian.
She ain't Brazilian and bald in the crotch, bruh.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is,
She African.
Right.
so the reason why she posted the picture, it was a promo photo for her 3rd annual slut walk.
Okay.
Gotcha.
A
Now-
what walk?
3rd annual slut walk.
Slut walk.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, wow.
All right. So when you hear the term slut walk, what comes across your mind?
Slut.
Right.
I don't. I think it's a play on the women's empowerment. I mean, anybody that knows me knows that I'm an advocate for women. So I think that, that's a term to catch your attention, but still talk about some levels of empowerment.
Exactly.
So what if the guys had something called like
Don't
a
do it.
walk,
Don't do it.
a dog walk?
Dog walk. That'd be a good one.
Dog walk. That's actually good.
What would we think about that?
The Qs might do that. The Qs might do a dog walk.
That's different.
Well, I'm not opposed to it. But anyway, she also invited her followers to post their own version or rendition of, Bring Back the Bush. All right?
Wow.
I know y'all seen the spoof videos. Y'all see it?
I didn't see it.
I
Where can we find it?
didn't.
Where
Y'all
can
didn't
we
see it?
find
All
it?
you gotta do is go into Instagram and the search engine, hashtag Amber Rose Challenge. You'll see some funny stuff. I mean, like full-blown weed pieces.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny. People making fun of it. They're having fun with it. Okay?
Right.
But anyway, at the end of the day,
I cannot.
Wow.
when I hear slut walk, I'm not really a fan of the term slut walk. However,
Right.
she actually holds a a lot of substance behind what she's doing.
Yeah.
So she has what's called the Amber Rose Foundation, and you can find that on amberrose.com. I'm sorry, amberroseslutwalk.com. Okay, where pretty much it's a nonprofit organization. All right, and again, like I said, she is advertising for the 3rd annual Slut Walk, which will be taking place in Los Angeles, California, at Paris Square. They're still kind of ironing out the details as far as the time and all that good stuff. But it's all good. It's for a good cause. Now, when I started digging into it, I started learning that she is, like you said, she's an advocate for women. So rape victims, things of that nature. She's pretty much saying just because I'm walking around half naked doesn't mean I'm asking for somebody to rape me and stuff like that. And I agree with that because a lot of people approach men as if they don't have any self-control, which is a problem for me. I have a son and I'm going to teach him. Just because she half naked don't mean she wants you to touch her.
It's like if I walk on the beach with my 6-pack out, don't mean, ladies, that I'm, that
do
I'm
it. You better walk with your 6-pack. So like I said,
I definitely appreciate it, and that was wonderful. I know for myself, I know I've seen a lot of women. There are a lot of women out there that are dealing with some serious issues. So even though it's called the Slut Walk, being able to bring that much attention and using your celebrity for good, I think it's a powerful thing, especially for women to say, I embrace who I am. Now, if you have a problem with it, that's what you got to deal with.
Right.
Exactly. So another thing, at the Slut Walk, she'll have on-site HIV testing. She'll have sexual awareness booths. She'll also have different food and merchandise vendors. So overall, it's for a good cause. She's just going about it her way. So, but who am I? I don't necessarily agree with it, but I definitely respect it because of what's coming out of it. So, mother,
has she caught any backlash? Like from anybody?
Plenty backlash.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
I feel like if she didn't name it Slut Walk, I feel like she could have named it something a little bit more dignified, with a little bit more integrity, and got more pull, only because she would have more help when people wanted to support her.
I beg to differ. I beg to differ. The only reason why I say that is when you take a derogatory term and you put it out in the public eye, it gets everyone's attention, because we wouldn't be talking about it if it was just called a rape walk. We wouldn't. But because of the fact that you took something that's labeled as derogatory and you said, listen, this is grabbing your attention. I'm surrendering your attention right now. Now you can put the positives behind it.
Yeah, it definitely has a very, very strong marketing campaign just around the whole situation. Yeah,
So smart. It was a good idea for her to do that, but that's that. So that's all I have for now. Pop culture.
It looks like we have a question.
We do have a question, yes. For those that are interested in the Slut Walk, how can they register or find out more information when it is and things like that?
You can go to amberroseslutwalkchallenge.com, and there it has all the rules and everything that you'll need to know. I mean, there are strict rules. This is no tolerance zone. So it's for, the LGBTQ community. It is for, Black Lives Matter, so no racism, no sexism. None of that will be tolerated. That will ask you to leave.
Can guys participate, or is it just for females?
Nope. Men, women, everybody, age, gender, and color. Everybody's invited.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
It's not just for women.
Are they coming? So they travel to different cities?
Well, no.
Or is it?
As far as I know, no. I haven't seen anything like that.
Yeah, if they come this way, I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. Definitely. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Well, like I said, that's what I got for pop culture.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your pop culture. Yo, you always have some amazing stuff going on. But you know what? We're going to keep it moving. Keep it going. Keep it moving.
Right.
Put your hands together for Zeal again. We're going to roll in and start with the trending tea. How many of y'all understand what trending tea is all about? Do you understand it?
Great question.
I think we need Belinda to go ahead and let us know. What is that trending tea about, Belinda?
Please.
Great question. I'm glad you asked. Okay. So, guys, trending tea is basically when we're talking about things that are trending, not only in the Triad, but also like nationally. So that could be like big news events, stories, or just something that's really catching on, that's getting a lot of buzz around the city. So today for trending tea, I want to talk about, everyone knows President Trump, right?
Who?
President
45.
Right. So today I want to talk about President Trump and just some things that's been going on. I don't know if you guys know about the rallies that have been going on around the country this past weekend.
Which rallies? Because you know everybody's rallying against him.
Well, yeah, very true.
Trying to impeach him.
These rallies in particular were pride rallies. So I don't know if you guys know, ever since Obama has been in office, which was 8 years, he actually named June like Pride Month. Like, so nationally, everybody was celebrating Pride Month, right? So Obama's not there anymore. This year, Trump decided not to support or name June like National Pride Month. Right? So that's what the rallies were about this weekend. We actually had 2 cities in North Carolina out of the country that actually joined in that rally about what was going on. And, you know, to kind of bring it up, the fact that he doesn't really support it. I don't know if you guys remember the anniversary is around this time for Orlando, the Pulse nightclub shooting. There was actually, I believe there were 2 people from North Carolina that were there and involved in that. But there was not a lot of play, news, or just like, you know, remembrance of
coverage.
Of what happened. And I think that had a little bit to do with Trump. But here's the big thing about the Triad that's really surprising to me. So as you know, this weekend, Charlotte is having their Pride Parade downtown, which is going to be awesome. I've seen some pictures and videos. It looks really fun. So they're having their Pride Parade. But the thing is, it's been reported that people who support Trump or voted from Trump have been kicked out of this parade.
Oh wow!
I actually have a letter. So what happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened. I actually have a letter that they sent, and it's kind of crazy, right? So I'm gonna wait to read the letter, but that they sent telling them no. But the reason why they kicked them out is because the floats. They didn't like the floats. So one of the floats, for example, had like the First Lady, Melina. They had her, and she was Melania. She was dressed in of course it's like a drag. You know, dressed like her, and on the float it said "Make America Great Again." So they immediately was like, "No, we're not having that in the float." So you know, I guess my question is like, because you voted for Trump and he said no to Pride anymore, does that mean that now like you're gonna be discriminated against? Like, should you have to follow suit? I mean, you voted for him.
That's a good question.
That is a great question. Me personally, I think that whatever your choice was as far as voting for him, that's a personal choice. That's a personal decision. Now, me, 45 doesn't even get the title of president. I apologize. I can't do it. 45.
That's all 45.
He's the 45th president.
Okay.
So I follow my dude Sammy, 45. You know, because you can't put a distinguished honor with Trump. I mean, forgive me. I'm sorry. I know that's political. I apologize, but
We're not sorry.
Sorry though.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying though, not because he's a good businessman.
Well, he did good business because he got the presidency.
Yeah.
So basically, he was able to do that. But as far as trying to decide whether or not you would participate in Pride because you voted for him, or should you be allowed to, that's a personal decision. That's what you decided to do, and I don't think anyone should take away your right simply because he tries to.
So let me ask, how do they know that they voted for him? How do we know if they just didn't want to dress up like Melania, and they're making it clear that they're Melania by putting "Make America Great Again"?
Trump supporters are very
right. I think the fact that they blatantly. So apparently, in order to be in this parade, you have to fill out an application.
Right.
So with the application, you have to show what your float is going to be, what your theme is. So any theme having to do with Trump was eliminated. Right. And I'm going to read really quickly. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't mean that. I'm going to read the email that they sent in regards to the application. It says, and this is what it says. You can look it up. It says, "Dear Gays for Trump, this message is to confirm that we have received your application for entry into the 2017 Charlotte Pride Parade. Unfortunately, we are not able to approve your application. Thank you."
And they said thank you.
They said thank you. Like, it was straight like that.
What if they changed their thing? Would they be approved then?
Probably not. I just feel like you voted for him. You voted for him, so you gotta take all that. You gotta eat all that. That's just have to eat it.
They send that through the mail for people.
No, it was
Hold on. Let's just be honest. Think about it. Trump wanted to build a wall. Trump has said a lot of things that he wanted to do,
right?
And a lot of people voted for him that represented different nationalities. Whether you were Muslim, whether you were Hispanic, people voted for him.
Ooh.
Now a lot of people did. Now here's the thing. I know the entire country is sitting back going, "Oh man,
oh yeah."
I must look, man. I need a VA."
13% of black people.
I don't know. I think
those are not real black.
Right.
I just want to talk.
Right.
I just want to talk.
I think Trump gonna build that wall regardless if the government.
The wall ain't getting built.
You know why it's gonna get built? He's gonna build it with his own money just to prove a point.
He probably
Yo, that's so funny, yo. I agree with you.
He might do that.
Is that
he might do that.
45 is that.
Right.
Or yeah.
Take the last strand of his hair.
Yeah. Well,
he needs to build a wall around putting his hairline back for real.
He need to do something.
Is he gonna win a second term? Is he gonna win?
No, absolutely. I think he's gonna be impeached by the end of the year.
He's barely able to keep this term together.
I don't
He
know
is
what's
literally
going on.
sewing it together daily. It's like patting it on like it's toupee. Like
the Republicans don't even rock.
Right? Like where's
the Republicans don't even rock with him. They pissed at him.
Yeah, exactly. So I just feel like you make your bed hard. You got lying. So
You got to.
well, I think we were all trumped.
right.
We were all trumped.
Absolutely. That's a good one.
45 trumped us.
Right.
Yeah, sure did. Wow.
We respect y'all's opinion though, but now we all got.
Yeah, because I want to know, what do you guys think? Like, do you think because you voted for him, and now, like, if you were a part of the LGBTQ community and you wanted to like participate in these pride parades, and they said, "Hey, no, you can't come because your shirt says Make America Great Again," how you gonna feel?
Who voted for Trump? I want to see.
No,
I want to ask who voted.
I think we have a question.
Any of the viewers? That's a good question.
I think we have a question.
Okay.
We don't have an admission of voting, but we do have
Okay.
a question. Okay. What do you all think of the recent testimonies with Comey and Sessoms and things like that in the future of Trump's decision making and possible impeachment or non-impeachment? What do you all?
Comey, is that the FBI guy?
Yes.
FBI.
Yes.
Okay. I haven't really been paying too much attention, so I ain't going to even ask on it.
Let me tell you, during Comey's testimony, the world was so stuck on the testimony. The world lost $1.3 billion in revenue during that,
speech?
2 hours of time frame?
He's a black guy, right?
No, he's
No,
white.
he's
Oh, white guy. Okay, my fault.
You know Trump ain't about.
Unless you've been Carson.
There you go.
I like Big Carson.
He's
Not because of
You
that.
can give him away.
Yeah.
I think what's getting ready to happen is that more is going to fall out. You know how you can hide so many skeletons in your closet, and then it's kind of like a teenager when they go to clean up, and you throw everything in the closet, and you tell your mom that everything is clean, and then one day that closet busts wide open, and everything falls out.
Right.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think that everything is going to start falling out of the closet. That this is just the beginning of more to come.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion.
I just pray, man.
I agree.
I just pray you don't piss off some other countries, man.
Oh, I think it's too late.
Don't. I think we already have.
I pray, yeah.
But you know what? I definitely want to thank you for all of that input. The trending tea, wonderful. Now listen, you need to start calling in regards to the trending tea. Or better yet, send us an email. Continue to send those questions in. We want to stay interactive with you. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to move right on along. Moving right on along. It looks like we're going to get into our business segment. I think we're going to get right into our business segment. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I'm learning. I'm just learning. So I can make some mistakes. I heard it's time to chime, y'all.
Chime.
Yeah, chime. Are y'all ready to chime in?
This is my segment.
So listen.
Alright.
What's going on?
I gotta sit up a little bit. Like I said, Chime Time is definitely brought to you by Mr. Rashad Mormon. If y'all want to find him on Facebook, that's where you can find him. And that's pretty much where we ask controversial topics and have people give feedback on what they think. So for this week, which is a great question, does social media help or hurt relationships?
That's a good question.
Does social media help or hurt relationships? And I definitely want to hear.
Well, go ahead.
I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say.
No, you're the man. Go
I don't
first
want to go
this time.
first.
Go first this
I
time.
don't want to go first.
Well, see, since I'm the host, I get to go last.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
with that being said, I'm gonna reserve my comment. It's nothing but women.
Right.
We gotta know from you.
Right. Well,
What you got?
Okay. I definitely think it does, to a certain extent. You know, I've heard a lot of
It does
people.
what?
I've heard a lot. I've heard
Hurt.
a
Okay.
relationship because there's so many people talking to you that probably would never talk to you in person. First of all, it'd be guys inboxing you that would probably never approach you in person.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like even before that, if you're a hot girl and you used to guys talking to you, now you got that times 10 in your inbox trying to talk to you, so you feel like you even more the ish. You even more the, you know what I mean? So I think it's all about how you use it. For me, I use it for business. I use it for my music. Okay.
And this
Now,
is from the Inbox King.
This is from the Inbox
Notice
King.
that.
Okay.
Inbox king.
The Inbox King. But I also, but if you go on my page, right now, you won't see no drama. You won't see me talking about anything personal with family or relationships. All you're gonna see is about my music and about my business. That's it. Okay. Now I'm single, ladies. Okay. But if I was in a relationship, it would still be the same thing. Okay. Now it just has to be an understanding on both parties about what's acceptable from females or guys hitting you up in your inbox and having appropriate responses to those questions.
I think we have a comment or a
Yes,
question
please.
from our audience.
Yes.
We had several comments. One was, it says, we did. One said that it depends on what type of relationship you're in.
Right.
How do you guys feel about that?
Right.
Okay.
It does. It depends on how.
What do you mean by that? Like open
How
or not
important-
open?
you talking
What
about
does that mean?
like is it?
It's only one type of relationship.
Nah, I mean it could be a buddy. It could be a buddy
There are so many
relationship,
different types of relationships.
or it could be a married couple. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, true.
It could be a
Or
buddy
it could-
relationship or a married couple type of relationship.
I know
It
some
does
people that
depend.
are in open relationships. So
Right.
because they're in open relationships, that simply means that it's fair game.
Right.
They
With
don't have-
rules.
we don't have-
Right.
It's fair game with rules.
It
So
has
then
to be
how is that a
understood.
game then? It's just fair game with rules.
It has to
How
be
does that even work?
understood.
That just sounds confusing. Like,
It
I don't
is.
understand.
But let's go back. There was other
It is
comments, I
confusing.
do believe.
And one other comment was, it doesn't help.
It
Right.
doesn't help. It does. Social media doesn't help.
Does not help.
It doesn't help, but like I said, it all comes down to what you looking for. Just like going in the grocery store, you don't pick up everything in the grocery store. You go in there and get what you need.
So,
You use Facebook and social media for what you need it for.
Zio, what's your opinion? I see you.
She
And
got
your
an answer.
stand.
She got an
You know,
answer.
VC has definitely answered the question.
Yeah.
Zio.
Let me see.
Z.
Okay.
Girl, what's the T, girl? What's the T?
I believe it can help or hurt.
Right.
I would say it can hurt if you got malicious people out there who want to ruin your relationship.
Right.
Anybody can come and say anything. Well, girl, he tried to talk to me, but it was like 3 years ago. Y'all was like, no, I'm sorry, not even 3 years ago. Y'all was in third grade.
Right.
It's not that serious, you know? Then you have, it can mess things up if you put too much information out there. Like when you show that one wise man says, you know, when there's trouble in paradise, and you kind of giving hints of that, that can be a problem because that makes people feel like they have a little way in.
Right.
It can help only with people with morals. What I
Right.
mean by that is if you put that you're in a relationship or you show that you're in a relationship,
Right.
some people will fall back and they won't try to holler at you
Exactly.
because they respect it.
Yeah.
But some people don't have morals.
Most guys won't.
So hold on, VC. Hold on,
You
VC.
can't be
Most
my friend.
guys
I got
won't.
a bag. I'm good.
I'm
This
gonna
one
keep
right
it
here. You like rocking. Have you noticed the body language? Did you notice the rock? She was
tryna-
rocking. She was rocking, trying to hold that.
Go
What
ahead.
you got to say, Belinda?
Uh-huh.
Well, because I'm trying to, because like, I only can speak for myself.
Uh-huh.
Right.
That's my favorite line.
Right. Because, you know, my situation's a little
My pastor
different.
say that all the
So,
time.
right.
I'm talking about myself. I ain't talking about them.
Right. So for me,
Right.
I don't see how social media can per se help a relationship.
Right.
First of all, I feel like people put too much on social media anyway. When they go to the hospital, when something happens, we don't need to know all that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I don't care. I got too much stuff coming through.
Lunch.
So for me, my significant other is not on Facebook.
Okay.
Let me repeat. He has a Facebook, but has not used it in 7 years.
Why not?
Now, I don't know if it's because he doesn't really do the social media.
Did you tell him not to?
No, I never said like no, don't do it. He just really wasn't into it. Like, I mean, he don't got nothing like Snap, Instagram, like nothing. He's just not into it. So I've never had to deal with like the issues with the social media. I just don't see how it could help.
Right.
But I think it can definitely. I've seen it destroy marriages, relationships, everything because it's just tea. Facebook is just like tea. Everybody wants to take a sip, and everybody knows me.
It's a venture. It's somewhere where you can put information that you've been holding in out to the world.
Right.
So,
because people always need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And Facebook has become that.
That's true.
That's why it's called social media. So I'm going to give you my opinion. Right, real talk. I'm going to give you my opinion. In my opinion, I don't think Facebook actually helps relationships. I agree with VC about the fact that you have people that are dipping in and out of your inbox. Right. And I'm sorry, when you are fabulous like these ladies.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but yes.
Right.
But when you're fabulous, you have those inbox creepers.
Right.
And I'm just going to be real. Like, straight up inbox creepers.
Right.
Hey, girl, you got a boyfriend? You got a man? Yes, I do. Well, can I take you to lunch? Didn't I just tell you that I got a man? Like for real. Can I take you out? So then...
I just want you to tell me. I think you should be able to tell me that.
Anyway, so then, hold on. Then, let me get my 2 cent in, just my little 2-step, my drinking, my 2-step. Yeah. On the whole social media platform, now I'm a transparent person. Right. I am. I always have been. I probably always will be because of some of the things that I advocate for, and I want to see women make it to the other side. But here's the thing. Even though I'm transparent, even though I put up a meme that says that, one day marriage, that don't mean I want you.
Right.
I'm not telling you, please come and dip and trip and slip in my inbox.
Right.
It's not saying that.
Right.
So, to answer the question again, does Facebook or social media help relationships? I don't think so. But I will say this much. Every girl that's in a relationship, most girls that's in a relationship, and your man is on Facebook, you want to be that one to crush Wednesday every once in a while.
You already know.
It's petty. It's all get out. But you want him to say, that's my woman crush right there. Because you want all the other chicks that's in his inbox to know. See, he got somebody taking care of her.
And they gonna like
now, on the men, let's just be real. Y'all like all the likes when you got your shirt off with that one muscle popping, but not that one.
That little tattoo.
You put that little tattoo that be like, yeah, I did that. You want all of those likes. So social media helps to give you that instant gratification of I'm acceptable. I think we have a question.
Attention.
Here's another question. Now, you know how these days when people start dating and they want to keep it a secret and not really put their boo out there and things of that. How would you all handle that in the dating phase? Do you think, okay, maybe it's good that we keep it a secret so we can progress, or do you feel as though they're trying to hide something?
No.
I think it's a time period. I feel like in the beginning you need to, because y'all don't even know if you're gonna work the click yet, and don't take me off the market if you ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
First,
that's right.
I say you need to go a good strong year.
Right.
Before being outed by the boo?
Right.
Strong year.
Right. You got a lot of guys, and I know personally, especially my male friends that got girlfriends and don't got no pictures and nothing on their pages, and females that don't have no pictures on their pages. But as soon as you hit them up in the inbox, that's when they talking about, oh, I got a girlfriend or I got a boyfriend.
Everything is not on Facebook.
It's not, but certain stuff should be put out. So
why you gotta know I got somebody? If I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to talk to you. Whether I got somebody or not.
Okay,
yeah, I know
here's what's happening. She don't want you to know this thing, and he want to know. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this segment.
It would stop me from even hitting you up if I know that.
We're gonna gonna go ahead and wrap up this segment because it sounds like we are getting ready to get into our entrepreneur spotlight.
Please,
And
subject
our
change.
business spotlight.
Yes.
Business spotlight.
Right.
All right, everybody. We want to go ahead and we want to welcome Mr. Malik Thompson. The Summer Cafe. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is such a pleasure to have you on Trending in the Triad.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who don't know, Malik Thompson is the owner, manager, in all things to do with the Summit Cafe.
Right.
So we brought him on just to talk a little bit about his business, ask him a few questions, and to give some business tips. So Malik, tell us a little bit about how you decided to embark into that Summit Cafe.
I always liked the restaurant business, and it was just an opportunity. I kind of had the money and worked it out with the last owners. Worked it out with the last owners to let me get in there. And that's about in 2013 when I took it over.
Right.
And I just wanted to make it look nice and continue doing what it do.
Now let me ask you this question. A lot of times when you're stepping out as a new business owner, you have obstacles that you have to overcome. What would you say has been your greatest obstacle in running Summit Cafe?
Right. That's a good question.
Support, I think.
Right.
Okay.
I think support. You would think that as many people as you smile and speak to every day,
Right.
I need you to look
Yeah,
into that camera.
I'm sorry.
Talk to those people for
Oh
me.
yeah, you would think that as many people as you smile and speak to every day, you would get just as much support.
Right.
Particularly if you aren't doing anything wrong in your business.
Right.
But it's not. It's not so. It's just support. Just constantly having to stay on the grind and constantly have to reach out to people and get them to come to your business. Try
Absolutely.
to support.
That's real.
Now, you said that you knew the business owners beforehand, and you've only been owning Summit Cafe since 2013. How long has Summit Cafe been established in the community in Greensboro?
Since 1989.
Wow.
Since 1989.
Wow.
You have that.
So do you remember walking in for the first time?
I remember walking in for the first time.
Tell me about that.
Whoa. I just got to Greensboro, long story. And, okay, look into the camera. All right. Yeah, so I had just got to Greensboro not long ago, and I was looking for somewhere soulful, a homey type of spot.
Right.
And somebody told me about go down to Summit Cafe, you can get some home cooked food. Of course, I went down there, fell in love with the place, been back and forth there ever since.
Now, I remember Summit Cafe from a little bit further back before you started running that particular business. And one of the things that I remember about Summit Cafe is that they close at 2 p.m. and that I could only get some good breakfast. Now, tell me what changes you've been able to implement since you've been owning Summit Cafe.
Well, since the second week of November, since the second week of November, I started opening the place till 9 o'clock.
Right.
We're looking to do that 7 days a week at least. But here lately, we've been closing on Sundays and Mondays at 3. And did that because it's a soul food spot. So of course you want some cabbage, you want some macaroni and cheese, you want some fried fish, pork chops, and all that stuff. You want some heavy food. So why not keep it open to the later hours? So that's what we just decided to do. It was just a matter of finding some good help to rock with me, and then now here we are.
Okay, absolutely wonderful. Now I'm gonna ask you another question. I'm sorry, I'm asking all the questions. I've actually had the food, honey, and I'm gonna tell you haven't been. You are missing out because it's cooking like your mama's.
Okay.
I'm serious. It's cooking like your mama's. It's actually really good, and we have to do a better job of supporting our black-owned businesses because you'll pull up at KFC and get you some good old fried chicken, but we need you to pull up at Summit Cafe and get some of that fried chicken,
exactly.
right? I think we have a question.
Well, not so much of a question. We have some comments. People want you to know they love Summit Cafe.
There you go.
I have another guest. Another guest has been coming to Summit Cafe since 2014, actually 2004, faithfully, and customer service has been great from what they stayed.
Awesome.
That's good.
Absolutely. So that speaks volumes about you as a business owner.
Right.
So is this your first business?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So tell me, what is the formula to be successful in Greensboro? Because you're successful. You're still out there. You're plugging.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
All
said,
right.
okay.
All right.
You're successful.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to receive that. Okay. And what's the formula for being successful? Keep grinding. I hate to say it, keep grinding.
Amen.
Keep grinding until everything forms around you, and you can and you can sleep in a day, and you don't have to, and everything still works out fine.
Right.
Keep grinding.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I noticed about Malik is out in this community supporting other businesses as well. See, it's not just about the grind, but it's about the connection. And that's one of the things that I've been able to respect. Me personally, I met you, well, we have the same birthday, so we fight with each other.
Cool.
Yeah, we fight with each other. The 10-10 thing. And he constantly calls me bougie. I'm not bougie, I'm just refined. You wish you could. No, anyway. But seriously, we fight, but at the same time, I've always been able to see you out and giving support. Whether it's an artist, I remember you actually donating to an artist spotlight. Just trying to make sure that you knew that your stamp was out there in the Greensboro community.
Right.
What drives you, though? What drives you is what I want to know. When you're an entrepreneur, you don't punch a clock. There's no guaranteed paycheck. What drives you to keep going?
Right.
Just that you when you have family and you can, like me, I consider myself old school. I consider myself at some point I have to take care of a lot of people.
Right.
You know, whether it be now or later. I like to provide for people, and at some point you want to, you know, do all that you can and not. Yeah, you want to do all that you can and not be a failure as a man, so to speak.
That's real.
So you just keep pushing. So if as long as you keep pushing, you aren't a failure.
Right.
So that's I think that's what drives me. You know, like just don't stop, don't fall backwards.
Right. Right.
So, again, can you give us the address to Summit Cafe for those of you who are not knowledgeable as to where this amazing food is?
1050 Summit Avenue, right across from Cookout, right on Summit Avenue, right before you get to the Wendover.
What's the hours?
It looks like we
8
do
a.m.
have.
from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Looks like we do have a comment. I'm so sorry. I cut you off.
One question, they want to know if you'll be expanding anywhere outside of Greensboro.
Oh, that's a good
Right. So because as most people know, Summit Cafe, we've been through our ups and downs. So right now I'm working hard to keep that place walking by itself.
Right.
What I mean by that is like what I just said. When my time to get some sleep in, I won't get no sleep in. I'll be working on another place.
Right.
So what that means, so yeah, we're looking to do another Summit Cafe, and I'll probably keep that name Summit Cafe. I ain't that big on the franchise yet. I probably have to be really old to start a franchise. But to do another Summit Cafe somewhere probably around this area, because Greensboro is really. Maybe Winston. Yeah. I was thinking somewhere in Greensboro.
Okay.
Battleground, friendly.
Right.
High Point. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And then of course we had those other cities, Charlotte, Raleigh, and all that stuff. You know. Right.
So, this is what I'm going to ask. I forgive me if I'm asking too many questions.
No,
you can
you're not.
tell me to stop, but I won't.
Okay.
What I want to know from you, I want you to look into those cameras. And I want you to give the next entrepreneur some advice.
Please.
Especially the one that wants to run their own restaurant. Give them some sound advice or just wisdom. Because you've been doing this for a while.
Okay.
Any business. Any business.
Or any business.
But
Okay.
especially the restaurant business. Because
Okay.
that's his expertise at this moment.
So so for one thing is for certain, you're not going to know everything. A lot of people, they have ideas and dreams and goals right now.
Right.
And they're waiting to learn everything they need to know about a business before they start.
How?
To some extent, you will never get started.
Right.
You'll never get started. However old you are now, 5 years from now, you'll still need to know more information, but you won't know it.
Right.
What I do and what I even promote is have some heart to jump out there. You got to use a lot of prayer and go and put a lot of faith into what you're doing.
Right.
Because I don't care how many colleges you went to, how many degrees you got, how much you've learned, who mentored you, or anything like that. You can still fail.
You're right.
You can still fail. The key to it is to jump out there and flap your wings. Don't stop flapping.
I like that. Looks like we have a question or a comment.
Well, a comment from a friend named Daniel. He wants you to know that you're a great guy. He met you every time he speaks with you, he learns something new, and he thinks you're a great dude.
That's what's up.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Daniel, because you know we got to affirm our business owners,
I
definitely.
appreciate that, yeah.
Speaking of affirming our business owners, big shout out to Tamia McCrae, the owner of Weave Dr. Salon, and all things. Definitely want to shout her out as she's chilling and relaxing, but still doing business in another area. All right, Malik, it has been wonderful just to sit down and talk to you.
We're the trending and trying. We have to come out there.
Most
Y'all
definitely.
come on out there, Summit Cafe. I say whatever's on the menu is going to be good. And of course, I'm really, really big on customer service.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes somebody treats you wrong, they won't be there when you come back.
Right. Amen. I feel you on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate
Thank you
that.
so much for coming on,
sir.
Malik.
Yes, sir.
It's been a pleasure just to sit and talk to you. Thank you again. We look forward to it. We want to thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to hug him. I'm going to hug him. My bad.
I knew that's what he said.
All right, dog.
All right. So, we have an additional guest to come. We have Mr. Justin the Beloved. I like to call him the Beloved, but I've heard other people call him the Beloved. And when he gets on here, I want him to come in and to clear up exactly how you all call him. So, Justin, come on out. So you know artists when they come on, they gotta come on with shades and they gotta dap you up and everything.
Mr. BC over here go way back.
Oh yeah, way back. Small world.
So my first question to you, Justin, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Right.
So I do a lot. I am an artist. I sing, I perform, but I also host events. I run a studio. I produce. I work with other artists in various forms and formats. So there's a lot that goes into that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now my second question. What's the proper term for pronouncing your name? Because I've heard beloved.
So the easiest way to say is I go by Justin the Beloved, the son that God loves, and in case you did not know.
Right.
Got
He loves
you.
you too.
Okay, we love that. So I was reading your bio, and it said, and the thing that stuck out to me is that you have performed in the United States and Dubai.
Wow.
So, that means that you are now an international performer.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the greatest experience you've had in performing.
Greatest experience.
Absolutely. We have those stories.
I think, honestly, the thing that comes to mind, not necessarily in performing, it's in afterwards in talking with people that I would have never otherwise have known that have come up to me and literally given me stories about going through something or going through a time, a real depressing time in their life,
right.
and my CD being on repeat in their car, that a song that I have, literally getting them through, and I've had people come up to me and tell me that, and that's something that sticks out to me. I mean, there's a multitude of times of performing and crazy stories are interesting things, but I like that. Those are the times, and that's what I do it for.
Right.
Absolutely.
Feedback. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Feedback
to the impact.
Appreciate you.
Exactly.
What you do, right.
Exactly.
Okay.
I write my music with a purpose, and so to know that there's something that's coming across in the music and impacting people in a positive way.
Right. That's real.
It's definitely what it's for.
Okay.
How did you get started?
I have always loved music. That being said, when I was younger, my mother could not pay me to get on anybody's stage because she tried. She definitely tried, and it was not until I moved here to Greensboro and I was actually in college and watching other artists at open mics out and performing, and other artists that looked like myself, playing guitars and singing and doing stuff, and I was like, wow, they're doing this.
Yeah.
I can do that too. I always wanted to learn the guitar, and so I finally got my hands on the guitar. As soon as I got that, I was on people's stages before I even really knew what I was doing, out there looking crazy. But That was like tax.
Wait a minute. You said you were out there looking crazy.
Oh no, without question.
Right.
No,
Wait, what do you mean?
without question.
You gotta talk to me.
Let me tell you
How
something.
looking
I was
crazy?
on a stage at UNCG one time I found that there was an open mic and I had an electric guitar and no amp, and so I had to put their wireless microphone by my electric guitar and try to play. And I didn't even have a song, so I grabbed my boy, who was a poet, was like, "Hey, bro, just freestyle. I'm gonna just sit back here and play." They heard him. I wasn't even part of that performance, but I was up there. I was just like, yeah.
Right.
So that's passion.
Failing.
No.
That's real.
Let me tell you
Passion.
something. Flaming. Rolling down in flames. But it's alright, because, it's a process.
It's a process, absolutely. Visa, you got some questions for Justin?
Oh man, I'm just proud of him, man. We've known each other for a while.
Didn't he sound like
Did
I
you
know
see
that-
me do anything in school? Did you see me back in high school? Did you?
I don't remember per se.
Not
and that's
not
the
a
thing.
thing.
Me and him went to
thing.
school. We went to high school together, and I didn't even know.
thing.
Did you know I did music?
I didn't know until afterwards.
See?
No.
Same thing with Vanessa Ferguson. I never knew. We all went to the same high school. So, but that's how it works sometimes. So, but definitely now, seeing him and listening to you, man, I'm definitely, we got to put something together. Definitely got
Well,
to.
I say this much. I can remember
Weston
the first
Guilford,
time I
shout
saw
out.
Justin.
Mhm.
The first time I saw Justin, it was definitely at an open mic. Now, I can say this much. You are one of the most dedicated people that I've ever met in this area. You grind hard. And I remember this wide-eyed kid, because when people are first in college, they're just wide-eyed and it just looks like the world just opened up to them. And I remember this wide-eyed kid who I just want to do music. I just want to sing. Whatever. I just want to do it.
Right.
And I remember you walking up to me, and it was hilarious because I was like, who is this? I remember you walking up to me saying, "Oh my God, you perform," and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Oh my God, you perform. And it was the weirdest thing too. It was really weird. I can tell you now, I thought it was so weird, super
Right,
weird.
right.
But then the next time that I saw you, you were doing an NDRE audition.
Oh wow.
And I was actually on the panel at the time.
Okay.
I remember that, yeah.
Right.
I
With
wasn't
Hilda,
supposed to be there.
you weren't with Hilda Willis, and I do think that you ended up in. Did you end up in that that camp with Hilda Willis?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Kind of, sort of. Yes.
Okay. But tell us one of the things, because being an artist is not easy.
Not easy.
It's very difficult, as a matter of fact. It's just like being an entrepreneur. You have to keep your grind. You have to
Right.
keep going.
Right.
What drives you?
My passion, the reason that I do this, I feel like it's something that's bigger than me.
That's real.
I think the people need to hear that again. Say that again.
My passion is something that's bigger than me, and I feel like it is, without question, it's something that's God-given, and I have heights and things that need to be accomplished, but there's a diligence on my end that has to be applied to that. And just like Money Man Malik said, there's failure only comes when you give up.
Exactly.
Because every setback is just setting you up for something. It's a lesson. Learn. And if you allow that to defeat you, then you're not equipped for whatever level that you are trying to achieve or go beyond.
Right.
So, and I'm learning that in the process, that if I had gotten certain things that I've been trying to do or tried to do prior to, I would have went down, flames. The level that I'm trying to reach, or things I'm trying to grab hold to, I might not be ready for, at a certain time. And so those failures per se are just building lessons.
Right. Exactly.
But this is my life. I can't, if I quit, I'm quitting my life. I don't.
You never lose.
There's no alternative.
You never lose. You win or you learn. That's what
Big
somebody
facts.
told me.
Big facts.
Yeah, that's real.
My question: what is your greatest song that you've ever written? We all have it. There's a song, a poem, something that just sticks with you. What's your greatest one? Which one do you love?
Like right now, because
That-
that's gonna, because that changes.
Like
It
right
never-
now, in the
it
space
never
that you're in right
stays-
now. What's the song that resonates with you?
That resonates with me the most.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, probably the one I'm gonna do today.
Okay. Tell
I'm
us
about to
about
ask
it.
you that.
The one I'm gonna do today.
Okay.
It's actually an old song of mine. I haven't even released it yet. It's something I often perform in schools and different things like that. And a huge part of what makes a performance for me is the interaction with the crowd. And so this particular song has a deep amount of crowd interaction across a broad range of age groups, and a still impactful message within it. So
I'm ready to hear it.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. Right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually have a performance from Justin the Beloved.
You got it. You said it. The recovery. You did an Obama recovery.
I did, but at least I did 45. Anyway, we are going to have a performance. I'm actually going to get out of the way, and we're going to move your stuff forward so that you can go ahead and give us what we need.
You got any social media contacts and whatnot you want to throw out?
Oh, without question.
I'm going to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to do this while he's setting up and getting things ready. Make sure that you share the page with your friends, your co-workers. Tell them about Trending in the Triad. Go to the page, like the page. And also, make sure that you like Chime Time as well. See, what we want you to understand is we're interacting. If you have anything that you want to say about the show, please send us your feedback. We're only wanting to get better. Also, big shout outs to Tamia McCrae, the visionary for Trending in the Triad. And shout out to that amazing panel. Listen, make sure that you stay tuned in for pop culture. Make sure you stay tuned in for trending, the trending tea, as well as Chime Time. And we've got more business owners for you. Next week we've got even more coming because we're gonna go ahead and give it to you with my band next week. But anyway,
Let's go, baby.
Definitely. So, folks, if y'all like what you hear, you can find me at Facebook.com/Justin the Beloved, YouTube.com/Justin the Beloved, JustinTheBeloved.com. If you Google Justin the Beloved, I'll get about 13 hits before it starts saying the Beloved Justin Bieber. It's not me. I was doing it. So I bet y'all didn't know y'all were gonna be a part of this performance, but y'all are gonna be a part of the performance. So all the studio audience, I told y'all this is an interactive song. So repeat after me. Say, if I could give you mine.
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 Mine. So if I could give you mine.
If I could give you mine.
Say, if I could give you mine.
If I could give you
Say,
mine.
if I could give you mine.
If I could give you mine.
I said, if I could give you mine. Say, if I could give you mine. I said, if I could give you mine. Mine. If I could give you my heart on a platter, I would do all the things I know I really should. Cause I know good is all you want for me. So I give you my heart and all its contents, and I let you count all the rest. Cause the perfect love is all I need. Say, if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. I said if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. If I could give the world this joy I found in you. I'd shine your light. I'd shine your light so bright and true. I give you just a glimpse, and I know the big things to say. I said if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. I said if I could give you mine. I said if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. I said if I could give you mine. If I could give you my heart on a platter, I would do all the things I know I really should, cause I know good is all you want from me. So I give you my heart and all its contents, and I let you work out all the rest, cause your perfect love is all I need. Say what you say if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. If I could give you my whole undivided attention, follow every word, every single direction, give you all my love and all of my affection, don't forget to mention that if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine. If I could give you mine. If I could give you mine. If I could give you my heart on a platter, I would do all the things I know I really should, cause I know good's all you want from me. So I give you my heart and all its contents, and I let you work out all the rest, cause the perfect love is all I need. Sing it with me, say if I could give you mine. If I could, say if I could give you mine. If I could, say if I could give you mine. If I could give you mine. Hey.
We want to thank you so much. Shout out to Justin and Beloved. Thank you everyone for tuning in to Trending in the Triad, but we are keeping you informed. Thank you so much for each and every last one of our panelists. And listen, we need to meet you here again the same time next week. Remember, it's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. We need you to tune in and make sure you do go ahead and interact with us. Are y'all ready to keep it trending in the Triad? Come on now.
I said if I could give you mine. Say if I could give you mine.